I'm getting ready to share my screen and give you guys a tour of Homeschooling Torah. And bear with me because I'm not fantastic at tech, obviously. Sometimes those buttons are hard to push. So I'm going to share my screen, but I wanted to let you know this is your chance to ask questions. Tomorrow, we're going to get really specific in homeschooling. I'm going to talk about all the hows, like how to set up your teacher binder, how to plan out your week, how much time is it going to take, how do you do preschoolers with high schoolers or whatever, everything in between. How do you teach the specific subjects in Homeschooling Torah, from Bible and science and language arts and math and history. And we're going to talk about how to notebook, and it's really packed. So it's going to be a little bit different from today, because today has been a lot of let's dive into the word and see what the word says. Tomorrow we're going to have scripture, of course, but it'll be a lot more practical. But I would welcome your questions. I'm going to give you an idea of how it looks when I homeschool with Homeschooling Torah and a little bit about our site. So let's see if I can share my screen, and let's see if I know what I'm doing. All righty. I think this is it. Okay, so what I have shared right here is just my browser, and I'm going to take you to the Homeschooling Torah website. Of course, I have bookmarks because I'm here every day. And this is the main site. But when you become a member of Homeschooling Torah, you can log in up here. Let's see if I'm already logged in. I probably am. Yes, I am. So it's checked me out, and it says, Shalom, welcome. How are you doing today? And this is the Homeschooling Torah website. I just had a thought, and I wonder if I can see the chat at the same time. I'm going to pull up my phone real quick because I want to be able to see what you guys are saying at the same time, because I'm not going to see your questions. Maybe I will just be able to check every few minutes. So what I'm going to show you, first of all, if you are just starting as a brand new member of Homeschooling Torah, I want you to go to a very important part of the website, and it's called roadmaps. These roadmaps, this is one of my favorite pieces of the technology. I didn't make the technology that runs this site. I'm not that good. Good gracious. I don't know how to code things. But the people that did, I think this is fantastic, so that when you're just starting out, you can come here and get an idea. You can tour the site just like we're going to tour it right now, and or you can get started. What I mean by get started is pick which subjects are going to work for your family members, for the grade levels that you have, and how to choose, especially if you're coming from a different curriculum or for public school or whatever. And we also have one for those that are new with just preschoolers. So, and if you want to make friends and find fellowship, there's lots of ideas on that tab on how to do it. So we're going to click the roadmap new start here, because I'm thinking most of you have kids anywhere from preschool to high school. And so this will cover that. And step by step, I can click it. Now they're all marked off for me because I've gone through this page before. But the first thing you want to do when you homeschool is to get your supplies in order. And I'm going to show you some of my supplies right now. Let me see if I can stop the sharing. And this is my teacher binder. Every year I make a thing. I think my husband made that one last year. I don't remember. But it's almost time for me to make a new one. We don't start our school year until after Sukkot, actually. So it's not time for me to do that yet. We're still doing school at our house from the last school year. But this is my 2-inch binder. It might even be bigger than 2 inches. It's a big old binder. And I want you to see this is what it actually looks like in my house. And some other school supplies that you might like to have. And we're going to talk about these more tomorrow, but these are inexpensive. You don't need fancy. This is just notebook paper. So you don't need it to be much. I'm going to throw them on the floor. This is a composition notebook. We use these like crazy at our house, and these are so cheap. Can't get much cheaper than this kind of stuff. And right now it's probably on sale at your house. So there, I threw it on the floor. Then you're going to need things like pens and crayons and stuff. So on that page that we were just on, let me see if I can share it again. It will let you, it'll give you a list of things so that you can, get back to it, sorry. So that you can have like a shopping list if you need to. Oh, I didn't mention, your children should each have a binder also. When we each have a binder, this is mine. It's like the master planner. I don't think that you need one quite as big for your own kids. At my house, they each have smaller ones. It's just easier. They don't have to put as much away. I mean, this is a lot. I put this in a drawer. I don't carry it up to my bedroom every night like I make my kids do with their big old bags that they put their stuff in. So I think a smaller one. And then every 9 weeks, 12 weeks or so, you might want to clean out some. And so there's plenty of space for everything in the binder. And I would say don't forget your little preschool kids because they love having a binder as well. You're going to want some tabs for your binder. So I have some tabs in here just to divide everything. And then you're going to need a printer. That's just the facts for Homeschooling Torah. If you want to know how to homeschool without having a printer, send me an email, and I have some websites that can help you out. There is a way. I lived on a bus for several months, and a school bus, an old school bus, and we did not have room for printing everything. So I do know how to do that, but I think generally speaking, it's easier to do it with a printer. So there's a list of all kinds of school supplies here. Now we're going to set up your teacher notebook, and it has all kinds of things. In the very front of my teacher binder, I'm going to spend an entire session tomorrow talking about this, but I'm going to show you real quick. In the very front of my teacher binder, well, this is just like handy things I want to keep track of. But right here is my Together School Planner. And again, a whole session on that tomorrow. So I'll go over that some more. But all my planning pages, behind that, I have calendars and just handy things so that, let me show you. It's a mess. So like I have my calendar in here. This is when I wish it wasn't so heavy. So just all kinds of those things that you can have. And in a second, I'll show you where to get those on the website because it's really pretty easy. This is probably the first kind of printing that you're going to do when you get on Homeschooling Torah is to come over here. I'm going to show you real quick. If you clicked those links, it would get you straight there. So any of those links in there would do that, but I'm going to show you where it's actually at so that you can find it every time and not just when you're on the roadmap. And that is here under resources. Resources is so handy because that's like all of the things that you as a mom, it's going to help you keep your sanity. So there's the roadmaps again, but all the planning forms, the calendars and stuff are here. I'll show you that real quick. I use this page a lot. So we'll talk about a lot of this tomorrow. So we're going to come back to it. I don't want to go too far into that and say the same thing I'm going to do tomorrow. Bonuses. I've mentioned the bonuses several times today in the conference. This is where you get free ebooks, all kinds of training. Let's say you want to learn how to make a transcript. All of my books are in here. So the one I keep telling everybody about, oh, there it is the 4 Foundations of Lifelong Learning. It's a parenting ebook, and so it's there. So anyway, those are free. And yeah, lots of discounts from different sponsors and so on. So definitely check that out. So let me see what else. We've got a menu on here. So if you've never done a menu before and you're kind of new to that and you need ideas, this is where you can go. So this week is Re'eh in the Torah portion, and we have a menu just for it because we're getting ready for the fall feast. And so there you go. There's also just gobs of recipes. Over the years of Homeschooling Torah, we've had moms that contribute recipes, and they're very good cooks. And so those are some really good recipes in there. And just lots of other things that are really nice, like the Fellowship Finder and the Community Forum. And a really important one that you can access from other places on the site as well, but the handy links. Sometimes in our history or science especially, and it can be in other subjects, but sometimes we have a link that is going to be maybe in the curriculum that, like, it's a link to a YouTube video or another website, and so you can kind of see Newton's laws of motion. Yeah, so you can see some of the science videos, and they're all right there on the website so that you don't have to send your kids out on the internet, or you don't have to type in a really long address on your browser. That's such a pain on a phone especially. So let me go back to that roadmap real quick where I was and show you what's next after that. Then you're going to set up the different times of your day, and we are going to go through each of these times tomorrow. We've got maybe Bible time and preschool and history and science and language arts and math, and this is the order in which we're going to talk about them basically tomorrow all day long. So there's going to be all kinds of things in there. I'm going to pick one right now. I'm going to pick history, because I think that will be nice. So what you do is you just add a tabbed divider to your binder, and behind that you put your history lessons. So I'm going to click here, go to the history section. There we go. And it's going to take us to the history section. Now you could get there by up here on the green tab, and if you're on your phone, that would probably be one of those little sandwich menus. Or you can also get to the history tab right here on the member home, and this is anyone on a phone or like a desktop computer or laptop, there's history right there, and there's all those resources that we just saw a minute ago. So everything is handy on that homepage. So here is history, and we're going to pretend that we are doing ancient history with our kids this year. So at the top of this page, there's two important things that I went right over because I was just like everyone else, and I just slide right through because you're busy. There are two things. If you are a member of Homeschooling Torah, you have access to valuable bonuses that can save you money. And those include a timeline set, some maps, and in fact, every map that you need for year one for ancient history is included. You don't have to buy it the first year, and that could save you a lot of money. So be sure to check out those bonuses. Then there's also a list of required books. And this is one of the biggest questions that I get is, what else do I have to buy in addition to Homeschooling Torah? And this is the answer right here. It's only books for history. Everything else is included. And so this is going to take you to the different book lists. And we were looking at ancient history, so we'll look there. And it's going to have a link. You can click on these links and go right to a place where you can buy them, or if you can find a better, cheaper price, that's great. There are only these necessary books up here, and I'm going to stop sharing for a second and show you these right in person. So, oh, I forgot the story of the ancient world is on the bookshelf behind me. So I guess I'm not going to show you that one right now. But I also wanted to show you a map trek book. This is the maps. Again, you can print this as a bonus your first year, so you don't have to buy it, but it is nice to have eventually. And we're going to talk tomorrow about making maps and tracing them. And so this is the book that I'm talking about when we trace our maps. And then we just have some really fun books that are great to read. They're beautiful, and they're awesome. So we were talking about dragons earlier today, and dragons being a symbol of paganism. But one of the fun things that's in this book is a section on dragons, and they're not always pagan. So it's really fun. I don't know about you, but my kids really like that section. And this book here reads like a storybook, and most of the books do. I just want to show you these three books one more time because this is not listed as one of the gifts that we are giving away during this conference, but this bundle right here, I'm giving away to one of you. So someone's going to win that this week and not have to buy that at all. So we'll do that tomorrow night. So if I were going to do history, let me share my screen and get back to that. There we go. I'm still on the book list page. So let me go back to here. And I'm in ancient history. And I'm going to go to week 1. Oh, no, I have to tell you something really, 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 really important. Go to the introduction tab. Don't skip the introduction. Please don't be one of those people. The introduction includes really important things that you need to know. It's going to tell you how to teach history and give you the tips and the hints that help me out. The introduction and the appendices have quite a few pages in them. So if you're trying to save ink, maybe just read those on screen and don't print them. That would help you save some ink when you're printing things. But definitely do read them. Then come over here to month 1. And you have downloads. This is your teacher lesson plan. These are all those handy links that I was telling you about a second ago. So for this, we have handy links for each of the weeks. Not too many in history, not like science. And then a little article on how to do notebooking, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So you'll be an expert. And then we're going to click on this PDF, and it's going to give you the lessons. So this is 11 pages for 5 weeks of history. And that's going to give you everything that you need besides those books. It'll tell you, which book to read each day and what page and what to do on that. So that's basically how I would print it. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell you about my routine and how I get all the lessons printed and who does the hole punching and how do we not lose all of our pages when we're printing. So that's tomorrow. I think you'll really like that. So I'm going to stop sharing real quick before I go any further and just double check that there haven't been any questions. Remind us where the checklist is. Yes, go to the roadmaps. The roadmaps at the very top of the website is where you go to get that checklist. And there are many roadmaps there, but that's the Start Here one. So I'm going to double check, and I'm going to learn how to use this software yet. Okay, so is there any other question? Nope, that's been pretty much. Okay, feel free to ask. I'm going to keep going on the tour then. So I'm going to go through each of the subjects. And again, tomorrow I will talk a lot more about how I actually do that on a daily basis. I actually do it on a weekly basis, but I go through every single one of these tabs until I've printed out the things that my kids need that year. And that is all established up here in the roadmap. So more tomorrow. So don't feel like you have to grab all this tonight. So I'm going to put this down so I can see my notes. Basically, I wanted to show you one more thing. This is really important. Do you see this little blue button? It turns green when I hover over it. Everyone see that? This is a really handy feature. If that means that I have marked that this is one of the courses that I want to do with my children this year. So now I'm going to come up here to the top of the website and click on favorites, and you're going to see ancient history. Where is it? I have a few things marked. There it is. There's ancient history. So basically what I could do is mark all the courses that I want to use this year, because there's a lot of courses here. You're not going to want to use them all every year. And you can mark them, and then you can come to the favorites tab and get right to it without having to find it on the website again. So if you are a person who loses things on this website, make sure that as you're going through, here, I'll show you what it looks like on the arithmetic page. See, there it is. There's the little button. Make sure that you use that feature, and then you won't have to find it again. That's just a really awesome thing, and I'm so thankful to again for the programmers that programmed that. That wasn't like that on the original Homeschooling Torah website. So, okay, I think that is everything, and hopefully I have shown you a tour. Again, tomorrow I'm going to be showing you so many more things. A lot more practical on how does this look in your life, and how much time am I going to have to spend? You keep talking about all these discussions that you're supposed to have with your children. How do I have time for all of that? And I really wanted to address that this year, and I hope I did. So I do see a question about printing, and yes, Heidi Cooper from Torah Family Living does have a printing service. And so you can find that on the bonuses tab. And where is the bonuses tab? It's on the resources. So go to resources, and that'll help you a lot. So, I wanted to show you we also have books that we have in print as well. And if you want to find those, should I show you guys that? Maybe you already know. Those are available at Foundations Press, but you've paid for a membership to Homeschooling Torah, so I don't want to waste your money. You don't have to get those. Everything that is on the Foundations Press website is already on the Homeschooling Torah website too. So let me show you real quick. Foundations Press. And this is us, okay? So here under curriculum, we have some of our things in print. We have Bible, Hebrew, history. Science is not there yet. I just got a tab for it, so we're ready. Language arts, we have a few things, grammar and some of our word power. Some more is coming. We don't have arithmetic there yet, but it's coming. Some of our copy work, but more is coming. We definitely do still have preschool and some electives like PE and such. So some things are here, but not anywhere near close to everything, but it's coming. That is something we're working on. So any other questions? I think we should be all set. We are getting close to supper, and tonight what we are going to do is have a worship and prayer time. And that's going to be, I found out after a little experiment this morning with music that we are not going to be able to have that one on Facebook. So if you're watching this conference right now on Facebook, check your email. You should be getting an email in just about 2 or 3 minutes that will give you a link to Zoom, and we'll be able to do our prayer time on Zoom if you are on Facebook. Now, if you are on the Homeschooling Torah website watching this and on Discord, you're good to go for tonight. But if you want to use Zoom, you can do that too. So that is up to you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight. I'm going to be using the handout where it talks about a back to school prayer guide for your children. That is available in the goodie bag. And if you want to have that ready before tonight, we're going to be going over that a little bit tonight. So, okay, I think that's everything I have on my list. And I look forward to seeing you tonight if you're able to. Where is the link to the Foundations Press site? It's just foundationspress.com. And I don't think I put it in the chat, but I'll try to get that very soon. So, all right, everybody, we will see you either tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern or tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. And so sorry for those of you out on the West Coast. So hopefully you get a good night's sleep tonight. All right, shalom, and we will see you guys later.